streaming.
Yeah!
But you guys heard it first, guys.
Hold on. For the stream, taco party!
It's taco party.
We're eating so many tacos up in this bitch tonight.
Oh, I think
white people taco night.
it is white people taco now. That's Jeremy.
It's not limited to only white people, but white people love it the most.
That's tonight's theme, by the way. It's a giant taco monster, but a white taco monster. It's a Tex-Mex. It's a Tex-Mex. Anyway,
Tex-Mex monster.
we are here, almost complete for tonight. We're waiting for Jeremy, but getting started a little bit ahead without him. He'll be here shortly, and this is our weekly stream of Into the Universe, Doomed and Determined, whatever the hell we're calling it, our horror comedy stream. But thank you for joining us if you're watching us now or at a later date. We appreciate you joining our little adventure. As you can see, we are short a few people. Liz and Kenna both heal up in your own respective
that looks better.
respects. Kenna might be joining us later, even if just in spirit, via digital call, but we'll find out.
Who's Justin?
Meanwhile, I also realized
Crumble of the evidence.
I might have left my phone outside.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay.
Get some sauces.
What I'm gonna do...
What you gonna do?
is I'm gonna do...
That's my downfall too. I clean something up. I'm like, oh, I'll put it in this perfect spot for it because it makes sense to go here. And then afterwards, it's like, wait, where the fuck did I put that?
All right. So, now. Hi, hello, welcome to our weekly horror comedy stream, Into the Runeverse / Doomed and Determined. But we're here, almost complete. Jeremy will be here shortly. And before we jump right in, I just want to give a quick shout out to Tales of the Valiant. I just got this lovely new book, Game Master's Guide. This is like a 5.75, I guess. It's a companion to 5.5. You can kind of interlace both of them. All of the rules kind of work within and about each other. They have conversions for both. But the Game Master's Guide is a lot of really cool stuff in here. And I just got to dive into it. We're not probably going to use a lot of it tonight. But check it out if you're looking to round out your Tales of the Valiant book set, especially as a dungeon master. Other than that, anybody have any announcements?
Important to point out that Liz will be joining us digitally for the foreseeable future.
Oh, she is joining us digitally, Lane?
Well, no, I'm not talking about tonight specifically, just in general.
Right, yeah, Liz is on the mend.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah is feeling under the weather.
That's
So it's just
lately.
the guys tonight. Oh, yeah.
Boys' night!
Boys' night!
Woo! We're gonna do each other's hair and paint our nails and
Yeah, guy stuff.
yeah, we got stuff, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And talk about the girls we like. Oh, yeah.
Pillow fight later, because of the pillow fight, it's way too aggressive.
It's like WWE but with pillows.
Foaming at
Off the top rope.
After the pillow fight, that was fun. Bruises everywhere.
I wanted us to. I know he's going to be here. He just got out of work. But I wanted to do a recap with Mort here. So, are there any other announcements before we jump in? Anything else you guys can think of? Otherwise,
That was me in the trash can.
Oh, okay, never mind. I got excited for a second. Okay, I guess we'll jump in and then we'll do a recap while Mort is here in our own little storytelling way. So, we're here. We dumped down through the mists that we know surround the Lubra to the familiar city of Belagar. We haven't been here in quite some time. You guys were, I think the last time you were actually here, other than like setting out for the last mission that you were, but you know, you haven't spent any actual time here since level. You've never really spent time in that city.
I don't think Ron is either.
No. However, you've all woken up in your respective areas of town. Ready next to your beautiful blushing bride.
Ooh. Actually blushing or just like metaphorically blushing?
Kind of blushing. You know, you've noticed that lately she's been feeling just a little queasy in the mornings, but you know, it's probably just she's been eating a little too late. You warned her about that.
Sure.
You eat more cash.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll an insight. Hey,
Oh, you don't know unless you're living with him.
that's not good.
Ron, get out of my house! We've been over this.
Chased him out with a broom.
No, I kicked him out. I chased Mari out with the broom. Bad dragon, get out.
How did Mari fit in there?
Yeah, exactly.
head.
How did you even get in here?
He for some reason is
Wait, can't
really
you cast the
Large
reduce?
reduce.
yeah. That's, for some reason, Mari is really afraid of brooms.
Is that in your? Is that because of the skill warden or a general ranger spell?
I think it's a ranger spell.
Okay, that makes sense. So you can bring your animal companion pretty much anywhere with you. It's clever. It's a smart little.
Look, it's a pocket dragon.
But it's something that I think people might not think about. Like, why do I have these spells? It's like because you should have a grizzly bear like rolling up behind you, but you're like, oh, he doesn't fit through this short tunnel. For a minute, he will. Like, you know.
Mari, I choose you.
Pretty much.
Or for funsies, make him bigger than he is already.
Mari's evolved.
I just
Mari.
I just like the idea. No, of just be like, do. All right, hold him up.
Surprise dragon.
Then you just let the spell just
Like
you
one of the
drop
dragons.
concentration on it.
Holy
Right.
shit, he's huge.
Pocket dragon.
So, depending on where all of you wake up, you two likely on the ship. You have a literal house here. As I imagine, actually,
We need to get a bigger house.
Sirmia and Talani both would have had some sort of like apartment, but Sirmia might have just preferred to sleep on the boat. As you guys wake up, Braddock,
I could see them having just a room in the inn that Talani probably just paid in advance for several months.
So you guys are all kind of scattered. As you all rejoin Tessin, you all approximately coagulate at the same time. You know, Braddock, you and Martine have breakfast together.
I'm off to do paperwork, dear.
Mort meets Ginny for breakfast at a local cafe.
I'm taking off the silvered cuffs because obviously I was werewolf, and so I had to be cuffed overnight until I returned to human form.
Cassidy,
Why were they pink, fuzzy, silvered handcuffs?
Don't worry about it. Oh, whoops, those are Martines.
Cassidy, you had really violent dreams. You remember seeing your friends and like dreaming like chasing them like through the woods. Not like a fun game of chase, like you're hunting them, and you like kind of go through like pouncing on one and like just like ripping out.
When you say friends, are you talking about
your allies here?
Okay.
Sirmia, you imagine pouncing on her, ripping out her throat. Braddock, you hunt him down and just rip open his chest and feast on his innards. Ron and Mare,
Try it.
Ron and Mare, you know, it's each in your own little way, like getting the jump on them, like prowling them, not like, you know, finding the right time like a predator. And you like the smell of blood, just like feeling you get stronger, and then you remember falling at the hands of that thing, and you get like that this just primordial anger inside of you and this wrath, and you feel yourself like next time those little claws aren't going to hurt me, and you feel a resilience grow in you, and then you wake up.
This is why you need to go to therapy.
None of this. The curse is over, but the trauma remains.
All right.
It's part of the union benefits.
Yeah, right, exactly.
We're handing these out to everyone.
Oh yeah, because joining a union is just gonna make the curse go away. It was
never know.
that simple. It's like the
If you would flip to page 48.
it's like the ruby red slippers from the Wizard of Oz. I had the power with me all along.
You'll see on this page that there are in-network doctors that know how to remove these curses. This is why we've been trying to get you to join this union for so long. You're so stubborn, though.
Monthly union payments include removal and immunity of all current and future curses by hags.
Well, son of a bitch!
Shit! Wish I would have known that.
But
No one pays attention. No one reads the pamphlet.
You gotta read the documentation.
so, as you guys get to Tassan's office, she turns. Bon matin. Good morning. Please enter.
Hey, how you doing? I'm just gonna sneak right
We're still waiting on a few people, but since we have you here, Captain, I did want to speak on the matter of. I know that it was simply more in jest, but the loss of your deputy. I heard quite
Are all three of us
eviscerating
in
means. Yeah.
Are all
yeah,
three of us in here
in
right now?
the
I think
islands of the
more
vampire.
Yeah, no, he literally went through a meat grinder and it got.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
That was in jest, but also not at the same time.
have been in a handful of the Veld Grottos.
Me too.
So, well, you have beyond the experience, well beyond what I have. But I've only seen a smidgen, so I can imagine. And I know that while it was mostly in jest, losing a partner is never an easy thing. So
It happened so many times. There's clones of them, and they just die too.
They're like moths to the flame. They just jump right in.
But
Head
she
first,
gestures to
swan dive.
Cassidy. I see he bears the mark that Grelmar once wore.
Yeah, it somehow landed on him.
I can see that
He's trying.
in case things should happen, I wanted to offer this, and she slides a piece of paper forward in its official deputization of Cassidy under your subordination.
You think you're ready for this responsibility?
After everything I've been through, yeah, I think I am.
Insight check. Slide the paper over.
That was so fast I did not even see you sign it. You have not lost a beat while you have been.
Oh, I already been in my office and got through all that.
And they look over and and she looks and one of the interns runs off and comes back a few seconds and their head.
There was 2 deskfuls. He's been here 5 minutes. Still got it.
Did you even read any of this?
I can process paperwork at a very exceptionally high rate. These are the good things I do.
You're an inspiration to us all.
I should be. I really should be. I'm gonna toot
But-
my own horn here for a second.
Something that I wanted to ask you, Captain. And those here. But I know you went out to connect as much as you could the region. Just so we had a better working network after the Atvarians left us.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a patron who has stepped forward as a possible candidate within the current nobility that we are aware of. But of the noble houses, I don't know if you've heard of the Marigzals from the mainland. You could roll a history.
I was like, was that those vampire people?
I remember who you're thinking of.
22 at least.
So, you kind of remember
Yeah, 22.
with Sirmia finding something in one of your... It was in a cache. I don't even know if it was in an actual Veld grotto. I think it was something that you might have just found elsewhere, but basically, the Marizals are a trade family. They're kind of like... If I were to compare them to anybody in Michigan that we could think of, like the Illiches, very much started from nothing, built
from the
themselves up
bottom
to an
out of here.
enormous fortune. Did things
Do we
paid
some
for
good things? Do we not some good things?
Well, I mean,
but you gotta balance.
Yeah, paid for Rosa Parks'
Generally
house
is-
until he died.
Generally
Nobody found
does
out about it
good.
until he died.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Generally does good.
Yeah, generally one of those. The family is well known, and you know that the patriarch Lionel Marzel has been trying to get in on the noble houses, knowing that it's more of a political and money game than necessarily anything of patronage.
It's worth.
Like blood, like blue blood, or anything like that. You can prove your nobility in other ways. It's just more of who's ruling over a region, and he is up for candidacy. Reputation, pardon me.
It's a good
They-
album. No.
So instead of Little Caesars, basically there's the Mighty Marizels is a chain of basically adventuring goods stores. Anything you might need, basically like the Dunhams of adventuring goods, backpacks, climbing gear, rope, some of them have, a lot of them have like the torchlight sticks. Some of them have like really minor magical items that you should just have, like, you know, a little light ball that you just light spell comes on 1 or 2 times a day. Simple things like that. But they commoditize what used to be kind of harder to find things to help people survive, and it made adventuring more of like an actual profitable pastime for people instead of you're probably gonna die. It's like you might die, but not if you
Come to Mighty Marizelle.
But not with the Mighty Marizelles, exactly.
You will stand a much better chance.
They're a human family. They're not. That doesn't mean that they're exclusively human. They huge. It's like when you meet like those Italian or Irish families, and it's like you're like, who's that? Oh, that's my side. My mom's my side. Like that's, and that picture's my dad's side.
You
And
meet
it's
the
like
Italian Irish family.
exactly. It's so big. They're big and expansive, and everybody from every culture and corner is married into it. But within the Tabula and Lupa region, it wouldn't be uncommon. You've seen some Marizelles around. They're the main competitor of Snack Nest. Those Snack Nests tend to specialize in adventurer trade-ins and like high-end equipment. The Marizelles are more like entry-level things for people to get started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they kind of feed off each other in that way too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's probably wouldn't be bad. Oop.
I agree. However, you may understand that the Q-tips, those the wizened folk of the city, the council, have asked that perhaps we could send a trusted aide to just meet with him. There's going to be a slight kabash, as it were. I do believe, she looks over to Sermia, that you had expressed interest in at least sticking your nose around the Ilbrook Marsh, and I must admit that something that has bothered me is that Ursul has not been seen, not since the creature attack in Osnabrück, and yet she sends you a letter seemingly as if it were nothing. I believe Sermia is right. In her gut feeling that there is maybe something more to this. I do not know if it is a trap, but with our Ilbrook you can never be sure. But if you are going north, the Marizelles are throwing a little party. It is a small island. It is well protected, and I believe that you may find a little bit of interest and perhaps rub your elbows with people who could help us gathering information. I would like to remind you that we still have not heard from a number of the noble houses since the events in Osnabrück. That being said, it's on the small island of Windreg to the north. It is on a private mansion. I can give you official script, which will give you entry. Of course, you understand the bouncers have to puff their chest out. It is their job. But that being said, once you get...
I just had an image in my head of it,
like pigeons?
No, like, well, kind of, but like a big human coming up and doing that to Braddock, and then Braddock just going like, and just getting real big.
But, you know, if you just...
As
it were,
dwarf.
allow them to put on a bit of a show for the rest of the clientele, I believe they would be trusted cohorts in gaining information in this endeavor. Nothing would be more a pain in the ass, I imagine, than having the security up your ass or trying to figure shit out.
That would be a pain in the ass to have some security guards up your ass.
From what I have heard, there is an individual there who I can point you towards. If you would, seek out a dwarven individual. Their name is Bronlim Wolpike.
Bronlim?
Bronlim
Bron?
Wolpike.
Ronlim.
He's an old friend. He actually just got out of the training academy just before you came in, Braddock. In the 1 year
before you came in, but he was a senior. I didn't get to spend much time with him, but I would recommend that you seek them out. I've heard they are heading the security. I do not know if they are fronting the gate, but if you should get in and make good with the grants, Brunlund should be able to help you from there. Lionel Marizel is... Sorry. Lionel Marizel is who I would like for you to, if you could gain private audience with, that would be the best. But if not, speak to as many close people as you can while you are there. I will give you warning, as this is a more socio-political shindig outside the official purview of the noble houses. There is a slight chance that less than amicable individuals may be present. I have to go get my daughter real quick.
I hear less than.
Yeah.
I was in my head. I was thinking reputable, and Braddock is just looking
So
at
if
Serbia.
Jeremy is here, feel free to share information. You guys talk about what you want to do. Tessin is basically like able to help fund a little bit of what you want to do. You're still waiting for Julian to get here.
I thought we were waiting for Jeremy to get here. I'll see myself out.
Well, Cassidy's current state of mind is to
I
either...
have questions.
well, at this point, Cassidy is like, okay, so with this new werewolf situation, I either have to learn how to control my werewolf side, or I gotta just find the hag and kill her as soon as possible.
We show up at night. This is our dog. He bites. Leave him alone.
Does he bite? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not
and
friendly.
Further
He's kind of a
communication.
dick, no.
Further communication about the hag and the curse. He's going to try and just do it non-verbally because he doesn't want. Because obviously the hag automatically knows whenever I talk about it. So he wants to. He's gonna ask Mort if he can do his ping to try and find where she is. Although, then again, considering how powerful she is, she can probably sense when that's going on. But yeah. He just wants to get that taken care of so he's not a threat to his friends or any other innocent people. I mean, either way, if he can kill the hag and get rid of the curse, or just figure out how to control it to maintain control of his werewolf form.
Or, hear me out, we turn him into a basketball superstar.
Air Cassidy.
We might as well put him to good use.
What was that? A movie with Michael J. Fox where he's a basketball star. But
Yeah,
it
that
turns
was
out he's a
Teen
werewolf.
Wolf. That's what I
Teen
was.
Wolf?
Yeah, that's what I was referencing. Yeah, there was Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox, and then there was Teen Wolf 2 with Jason Bateman.
I heard it was bad.
Yeah. Well, pretty much any movie where they like recast the lead is never usually a good movie.
Well, I guess that kind of worked out for him. I was in my head, I was like, Godfather Part 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To this-
kind of necessity.
To this day, I have never seen The Godfather.
Really?
Really?
It's a-
I know. I gotta see it at some point.
Godfather 1 and 2 are really good. Godfather 3 is not as bad as what people
yeah.
give it crap for, but it is not the movie that 1 and 2 are.
Yeah. I do have to say, it has probably been like 20 years since I've seen any of the Godfather movies.
It's been a while for me too. I used to watch them at least every couple of years. But
My dad loves those movies.
Oh no, I did see how there was a video on YouTube about about a legitimate ex-mafia member who was part of the Italian mafia in New York, and he watched The Godfather, and he said that was one of the most accurate depictions on what actually goes on in a mafia.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. She was actually just on her way back. Oh, hold on. Jeremy, where the hell are you?
He did message us and said he was just leaving work.
And
Okay.
if he's coming from the Alpine location.
Alpine. I thought he was at the Woodland. Never
No. He's the assistant manager at the Alpine location.
Makes more sense.
Alpine.
Okay, so I wanted to know if there was any input that I may be able to assist with. Well, I get a lead. I'm still waiting for Monsieur Bonvillain to appear, but otherwise, I would at least for dinner for tonight. So 16 days from today.
how far is the island?
It's about 5 days north of here.
Okay.
Well, 5 days by foot, but we've got an airship, so how long would it actually be if we just flew straight there?
It's a rigid airship.
I was accounting for your airship.
Ah,
Yes, you would be traveling up north into I cannot remember what the name of the region is directly north of here, but
Yeah, no, I'm fine to go. And do that. Here, can I bring others with me? Can that be part of the official invitation?
I was hoping that you would bring your
Okay.
Your
allies. I would be sending you as basically an official entourage to,
Okay.
for the people within the Marisel family, they would understand why you are there. Otherwise, you are just guests.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with going.
So enjoy yourselves, and she looks at Sermia and Ran, and behave. Please. At least as much as the other guests. Believe you'll be there with the rich and the famous, so they will be misbehaving enough.
okay, I can understand
You know what I'm talking
Serbia,
about, Monsieur Fox.
but okay, what?
Is that? I think that's kind of racist. Like
Yeah, I
she's
can
picking up
understand
the two-
Serbia, but why Rod?
She's picking on me, who's a fox, and you, who turns into a wolf. That I kind of understand.
She was talking about
His name
Serbia.
is Cassidy,
She was talking about Serbia. What are you talking about?
a known criminal.
Oh, I thought
Exactly.
they were referring.
Thanks for telling everyone here that I'm a fucking werewolf.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, no. It's also balanced out with time served. It's weird. It's still a weird balance happening.
I will put these away, and you can see there's already an entire cabinet that's just marked Sermia. Opens up, the first one, not full. Second, no, there we go.
Originally enemy of the state, technically, but then, we kind of worked out time served without actually time. It's worked out.
This is like, would this be considered community service?
Yeah, that's
For
basically what it is.
Yeah.
We just haven't technically brought up the charges. We knew she wasn't going to show up to the judge. We weren't going to waste the manpower, the lives to try to bring her in.
We tried that once. Many good lives were lost that day.
I told him not
She's
to
like,
go.
I welcome them to try.
Yeah.
So many twinings.
You notice Sermia's been kind of quiet the whole time. And once the meeting ends, she kind of gets out of there really quick. Altea is kind of waiting for her on the outside of the station, and they kind of scamper off together.
It's been a while. Okay.
Talani
has actually, you notice, not been present. Just haven't seen her since you showed up. But, there was no requirement that the whole group is here. And you haven't heard from Mort either.
I feel like we're missing some people here.
Yeah. I really hope I didn't scare them off with the whole werewolf incident.
Honestly, if you didn't scare him off when you said hide the women when we first met you, I think we're good.
Okay, yeah, I admit I made a bad first impression with everyone.
A pretty bad one, yeah.
Ron goes, what?
We'll explain later. But yeah, so...
Ron writes a note for himself, ask about this later.
All right. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go back home really quick, find my dress outfit, because I think I should be in actually proper regalia for this. Wear something nice, please.
I'll wear my formalist ranger gear.
Go.
Well, yeah, how long...
Braddock flips him some money. Go buy yourself something.
I'm sorry, when is...
I was going to say, it's just a ghillie suit.
By the way, how...
He's just hiding in a plant off to the side.
When is this taking place and for how long?
16 days.
Okay.
So, we have a calendar around here somewhere.
Well, I gotta go make preparations for my restraints because I gotta make sure that...
Don't forget the pink
Go
fuzzy
find an
handcuffs.
old priest and a young priest and get yourself sorted out.
Because I moved everything. Sorry, John. I'm gonna make you scooch your chair up for a second.
In the meantime, just in case Ron slips the leash around his neck.
I don't need that. I've got the silver cuffs already.
Oh, an old
you know
lady
you
walked
want it.
past and just...
All right, so you guys are...
Keep it in the home, boys.
It's not an actual.
It's not...
It's not an actual leash though. It's one of those like kid ones, like the little backpack with the leash on it. All right, come on, Cassidy, let's go.
Watch yourself, Ron.
So,
No, this is great. Keep it up.
What are you gonna do about it?
Stick around, Joe, till tonight and find out.
Yeah, okay.
So this
Mari peeks his head out
basically
from behind
this
the
event
corner. Something happening?
happens on
6
the
arrows.
last day of this month, or in Colada, which is technically the last month of winter.
Okay.
And it's like a party that goes into the new dawn of first turn,
Yeah,
which
we're
is the
going to a
first
New
month of
Year's party.
spring.
Hey, alright.
And that first week is called Tauco, which is a dwarven holiday, which is the frost break. I mean, everybody celebrates it, but it originated in that culture.
Oh, I'm gonna wear a nice white suit then for the ice parade.
In Belagar, you guys are in kind of a bigger city, so this is actually, aside from Tabla and Osnabrück, this is the biggest city. This is the third big city that you've been in. So you would be able to.
Cassidy's like, oh yeah, I can definitely set up shop here.
Mm-hmm. And there's, I want you guys to think of this as kind of a Tales of Ba Sing Se thing, but we're going to move narrative forward as well. So, do you want to look for a storefront?
Well, as much as I would want to, I need to do as much research as I can about werewolves, and particularly if there's any way to maintain control. I don't know.
Roll me a intelligence.
Any just a plain intelligence, or
There's not a research check. Yeah, and intelligence and add your proficiency bonus, I guess.
Okay. That is going to be an intelligence roll plus my proficiency bonus, 16.
Okay. There's a pretty decent library in Belagar. You actually roll me a religion check. There'll be a few things in the library. I've been in Indiana Jones.
27.
Okay. You notice that there are a few
of shrine, given where we are. You know, are there any here in these things? It's almost like mini ones of these, like set in the wall, and you notice as you're walking. At first, you think they're just like little fountains or little decorative things, and you eventually notice that they're little shrines to the kind of god-adjacent figure known as the historian. They're kind of the keeper of all knowledge within the pantheon lore. Across the plains, across time, they have a grand library. And so a lot of libraries will put that in their architecture and stuff. But you just sort of notice that there's a decent selection of books here, and you find when you kind of get the sense that you want to, I'm getting hungry, maybe Chrysalitha's got some food, or I should go pick something up, I shouldn't be eating here in the library.
Nice toss.
He came back from work, he should have three.
I got some more in here too.
Okay. Find a few books that you think might be of interest. There he is!
Hello.
That's when I said.
Hello.
What I miss?
We got tacos.
We defeated everyone.
Cool.
The game is over.
Yeah, they won
We won D&D.
Oh, good. How'd that go?
Reaper Sonny's now your friend. He
always
converted
been
back
my
to the
friend.
boy, and he's now going to live his life.
Good. What I was working on.
So,
It's all wrapped up in a nice little bow.
the party met, or at least these three met with Tessin. She gave you guys a little bit of a request on her end, kind of on the
Going
regions.
to a soiree.
Yeah, actually.
The soiriest of rays.
It's a very soiree.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, if not the last time we went to a kind of a dress-up event, things didn't go super great.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that when we're there, though. We're not going to talk about that.
Let's
I'm
bring
on a
it.
diplomatic mission.
Let's
for
bring
the
it up
guard.
to everyone that we saw
Wear my armor,
kaiju.
I think that's formal enough. Sure.
Yep, I'm going to show up in my
But-
dress outfit, but yeah, that's fine too.
You guys will eventually talk about this with
I
Mort.
died.
But, Mort, you missed the meeting because you had a tumultuous night where you didn't really sleep really well.
No, just like in real life.
The lighting flashes between a warm candlelight, a cold green, cold blue, and then that kind of almost chilling gold. And it's almost like you feel yourself start to carnival mirror warp in 4 different directions.
Good.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you feel the ground just out from underneath you, and you look up and you just see the insurmountably large figure of Hecate before you, sort of standing above the blue flames way off in the distance. But you can see that they start to grow like red. And she goes, "You trifle with your commitments, boy."
I'm going to. Can I fly?
You can certainly try.
I'm going to try and fly up and meet her at eye level to the best of my ability.
So as you think you kind of come in, you're kind of like a mini. You're like this size to
Yeah.
like Hecate.
For sure.
And as you say that, you know she's got like a face here, but there's also 2 other faces on the side, and it like shifts over, and it's a more like stern. Sorry, that was a stern one. This one is more of like a. Give me an insight.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Sure, over here.
Happy to have you here, buddy.
Yes, I'm happy to be here. Sorry, I have been yelled at work for the last 3 hours of my shift by multiple different people for multiple different reasons. I'm 19.
Well, I'm about to yell at you now.
Oh!
Yes! Do it!
Customers or coworkers or both?
Yes.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody, babe.
Customers, superiors, Ooh.
Ooh.
The Verizon, can you hear me now, guy? He just walked in and started yelling at me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Technically, he went to sprint and then sprint.
right.
Yeah.
This face looks understanding. And it says, speak your piece.
I don't know. I'm just trying to do what I think is best for everyone, not just Mort, not just you three, but everybody. I think this has become a lot bigger than I expected it to. I don't think that I'm strong enough to do it on my own. Not saying that you guys aren't, but I can never embody the full strength of the three of you. So I'm just doing whatever I can to get stronger.
And the powers of death themselves are not strong enough for you. You seek the help of a demon, and the fire's just like a purple, and they come down.
Had I been able to wield the entirety of the power of death on my own, then yeah, I believe that anything would be possible, but I'm not that.
You lack faith, Mortimer.
I feel like I lack strength with anything.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
And she gestures over, and you can see off in the distance the flames kind of light up, and you can see the silhouette in green flames of Xibalba. And you can see he kind of almost like a puppet show, gestures off, points, and she says, one of your gods has sent his knight to meet with you.
Oh, maybe two.
And set you on the correct path. Whatever that may be for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all of it.
And she gestures, and as she reaches out, the hand, as it comes closer, shrinks down to a normal. It's still, for a humanoid, huge. But he still, puts the fingers, touch your heart, and she goes, you lack faith, Mortimer. And she touches your heart. And she, the face looks kind now, as it, just shrinks into place. Not just in us, or your friends. And she pulls away. And then it shunks back, and you're at a chess table with a tall, slender woman, angular. Slender woman, yeah. But there's a chessboard in front of her. There's little candles of blue frame around her. She looks almost like Morticia Adams.
Sure. Is it my mom?
No.
Okay.
It takes you a minute, but you guys is Hecate without her armor on, or at least how she's presenting herself to you.
Sure.
She's got a black dress on, sitting there, tall, black iron throne, kind of ambient blue flame, and she's, moving a chess piece, gestures for you to make, and whatever a drink you didn't even know you wanted, just kind of appears into your peripheral as she gestures forward. She's like, please.
Oh, water.
Wow,
The lemon.
that's perfect. Ooh, spicy. But she says,
Guzzles down his coffee.
you make deals with the herald of the devil himself, Mortimer. However, Azrael is a friend to the gods He has worked with us more often than he is against us. And to that end, he has slowed the seated prince's encroachment on the material plane while strengthening his defenses against the demonic hordes which move upward. So he is a sometimes ally, and for the moment his interests align with ours. And as such, this transgression we are willing to overlook.
Yeah, I suppose I viewed him more as a neutral entity more than anything. And I kind of knew full well that if I did stray, you would take care of it. I have faith in that, at least. This is bigger than me.
Azrael himself, where devils can be concerned, is probably the most neutral entity you could come across. His interests and roots run deep in the machinations that he has set across the plains, but he seems to have the prolonged interest of the health of the material plane continuing on, as it were, without the apocalypse happening. So for the moment, yes, he's a neutral one. But be weary. Because even though he may keep the seated prince at bay, you cannot hold Asmodeus's, it's a hard word to say, influence at bay if you delve too deep into his bag of tricks. And I like you, Mortimer. Is that a cat or my daughter?
A cat.
She says as a cat walks in.
I hope it was the cat that just brushed past my leg.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
She's a weird kid.
Meow.
Morticia, come up here.
Purr.
I expect you to make the next move when next we meet Mortimer, but I believe you promised Ginny meeting her for morning breakfast, and you shouldn't keep that girl waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
She takes one of your pawns, and as she knocks the pawn over, you wake up. You can hear the birds. Sister Celeste is like, clang, clang, clang. All right, y'all, wake up. Oh, you got your own place, don't you? You got your own place now, or are you still staying at the...
I don't think Mort's ever got his place of his own.
In your same room, but I will say when you got there, all of the kids did make you cards while you were away. And your room is just plastered with, like, good luck, we're proud of you. You can see, like, kind of like, as the news came in, when they would, like, make cards, like, oh, this is when I was here, and this is when I was here.
So many that they've just scribbled the arm out. like they pivoted at the last possible second.
There's definitely a big robot arm phase. You can see on the wall, just like...
There's one where Mort's just Optimus Prime, but with his regular face. That was a really creative interpretation.
One kid didn't want to do it. It just has Mort on it.
Yeah. You spelled it wrong. Bart?
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. That's funny. But, you know, you wake up the next day like, hey, you know, come on, y'all. The kids are, oh, one. And then she slams your door open. Come on, you. That nice young girl isn't going to take you up and off into living on your own without you getting up out of bed. Move your ass. Clink, clank, clank, clank.
Not in front of the kids.
And she's like, and brush your teeth, dear. Oh, and I already picked out an outfit. And she, like, dips out. And there's definitely, like, the fancy, a higher thread count Mortimer robe than you're used to.
Exactly
even if she just
one
did a
thread
little
higher.
bit of magic. Yeah.
It's two
Mort
threads.
does that and does brush his
It's
teeth.
effectively double
And
thread.
losses.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like the mid-season upgrade that everybody gets aesthetically. Like maybe he looks a little fancier. You're getting your winter, your Marizelle outfit ready.
Mort's hair is probably starting to grow out again.
You said that you wanted to do a quick recap when...
Yeah, do you guys want to do a quick recap for Mort while he's here? Do you think you feel like you're caught up Jeremy, on what has happened?
You fought a bug and it ran away.
I guess, yeah, that is kind of
Cassidy died. Mort almost died,
Yep,
and then
yep.
almost died.
What's new?
I almost, dude. If they didn't get that bug
I think us two
on
go
the
down
next
the most
round,
frequently.
you were dead.
Yep.
And then I was like,
Oh gosh.
But as you come out of breakfast with Ginny, Mort, she's waiting for you at one of the nearby places. She has been graciously put up by the church in her own little loft apartment. That it's
She has a private room.
she has a private room, but it's definitely watched over by the nuns. There's a curfew.
And curfews were meant to be broken.
What you don't know is after curfew, the nuns just stand outside the doors.
Yep.
Remember, girls, no boys.
They all have plus.
Unless they're cute.
Yeah, they all have +1 saps. Just like, oi, what?
They all look like old women, but they all just have like mannish Cockney accents.
Oi! Yeah.
What you doing over there?
It's time to curfew. Get your ass out of here, ladies only.
They're all grannies, but they're all also power lifters on the side. They have like a 18 strength.
You know what that is? That's Phyllis.
Legendary reaction.
She holds every record in the damn gym.
There's this.
She
Grandma.
actually benched this monastery, the entire monastery.
There's a grandma on TikTok who like does a plate of cookies, and it's like when you say no, it cuts, and she's like in like a tank top, and she's ripped, like a real life grandma who just works out a lot. I'm like, whoa! I gotta find the video. I'll share it with you guys. It's like, all right, okay, grandma. Like,
We have a member who's like 70-something years old who's unnecessarily jacked. And he just fully admits, he's like, yeah, steroids are great.
Oh.
so
At least he's open about it. So Ginny looks to you and goes, so I wanted to see some of the city, but did you have a meeting or something you needed to get to?
Yeah, but it's kind of like one of those magical, mystical plot meetings, so I think it happened at any point.
Braddock just walks past. It already happened.
Post montage if it needs to. I don't think he's going anywhere because I think that's the whole reason he came here. So if
Okay.
perhaps that's disrespectful. Maybe we can see the city after.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand. You know, I was gonna go.
You can come with me. I think.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think they didn't say you could.
That's true.
I might be in trouble. So you might see me get yelled at a little bit, but
Worth it.
And you pull up, and it's definitely like they've already left. Like they're like, one of them's like, they left 20 minutes ago, and there's like, some of the young like beat cops are already like, you know, hey, over to Ginny, like, hey, what are you doing later? You here with
more
anybody?
cast to banish.
And they both like go back to their desks. Some of the guys who have been around since like the Atvarian days are like, and they just, you know, sip their coffee
I think-
and go back to their.
I think more just banish. I will literally spend a spell on this. I think
Dude,
more just
it's absolutely.
banish as a guy for. Let's give him 30 seconds in the void, and then I'll bring him back.
I stared in the abyss, and the abyss stared back.
Somehow he
Yeah,
comes back and
just,
doesn't have his
back
clothes on
off.
either.
Ron,
Yeah.
Ron hands him casserole. Here, you might want to pet him for a minute.
Yeah, a casserole.
Which canonically exists in our world.
So,
I told you guys, it's a thing. That's what I do with my
We've
2
killed
weeks.
people for less.
that's true.
We've killed people for
As
less.
the day goes on, is there anything you wanted? You
Well-
did your research. You got your books.
Okay.
You wanted to check on your wife and spend some time with her.
Yep, there's that.
As you guys are sightseeing the city,
my
you actually
blues.
kind of meet together.
Oh, hey, Mort.
Oh, hello.
I missed you at the meeting. You were. Oh, Jenny, how you doing?
Mort, roll an insight check.
Dice? Oh, thank you. 20 total.
That was probably a good call to not go with my dice.
You don't want his juju. I'm just
Mort,
saying.
you can't quite put your finger on it, but Martine seems to have just a glow about her.
Ew.
So what you guys up to?
I am meeting with a Knight of Zabalba soon.
Oh.
Yep.
Tessin, where'd you come from?
I just came from the library.
Cassidy, as you walk out of the library, and we'll jump to this in a second, as you step out, everything goes black, and all you see in the middle of this darkness is a top hat.
Pat.
Yes.
God, it's better than Sam D. He's after you again.
I guess a wide-brimmed hat. And, okay, so...
Oh, so you're off to meet the knight, you said?
Yes.
Oh. And you guys got any plans afterwards, or?
We're gonna see the town. I don't think you've never been to Balikar, right?
No, I've heard about it. You guys told me about it.
Yeah, it's my old stomping grounds, as it were.
Oh.
Mort really says stomping grounds.
Do you know any good stories about Mort? He's always so shy. Maybe, do you have any good stories of, like, places around town you could maybe show us that Mort was...
Naughty?
Yeah,
Let's show that
that
picture.
was Mort was never naughty. Stop. No, he wasn't.
I feel like this is the point where Martine is just like, let me tell you.
Everything they say to you is a lie. And it was a sting. It was a sting operation.
Where they bought drugs.
A sting! Oh my gosh, I have to hear everything about this. Take me there. Show me. Take me to the sights of Mortimer.
I hear he spent 1,000 platinum at a burlesquerie once.
Oh my god. That's what it becomes. It becomes Braddock and Martine showing Jenny around Balikar while informing her of all the Mort-related stories.
If Mort's down with it, she'll check with him, but if Mort's down with it, she really wants to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm sure you probably don't want to watch me get yelled at, and you'd rather watch me be embarrassed. So that's fine.
Didn't you say when you walked by, Mr. Braddock, that the meeting's already happened?
Oh, well, I mean, the meeting's already happened as far as, you know, our meeting with the police, but he said the night that you said was about it.
Oh! Yes.
Did I miss that?
No, well, I don't think so.
That one I would feel a lot worse about missing, if I'm being honest.
That's fine. Go have fun with...
When you say that, Martine says, Braddock, if I may just a second with my,
You go right ahead.
Thank you. She
Jenny,
takes
let me show you this.
It's the anime, hunched over.
She moves so fast.
More, just I need you to know, if we were viewing this in a 2D space,
It's always in my brain in a 2D space.
Mort just was squashed and stretched into the correct direction. Just
Yep.
pulled.
Yep.
Like it just slid over.
And she says, listen, cousin. While I also hold the rank of a Knight of Zabalba, I have not been active in the field as a knight for some time.
Right.
I don't know who they're going to send. I don't know when they're going to come. But they often come with a test.
Okay.
I don't know if it is simply a physical show of power or a test of faith in a different sense.
It's a multiple choice.
Sometimes it's a mission. Sometimes it's a multiple choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a multiple choice of missions.
Yeah, just transparently based off of my recent conversations. Probably a test of faith, if I had to guess. I don't know if they want to see my powers right now.
They might.
And if I use powers that they don't like, should I not use those powers?
So something I need you to remember moving forward in this, and this will be part of the test, is Our Lady and her knight are two sides of the same coin that Hecate presides over. Muerte is the gentle death, that carrying over from life to the other side. And we want it to be as easy as possible. She embraces us. However, Zabalba is the judgment as to whether people are worthy of that warm embrace. And as a knight, being brought into this fold, it is our job to cast that judgment. We don't get to decide who lives or dies wantonly, but that's part of the responsibility placed on us, is we are put in positions where it is difficult.
And I'm okay with that. I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but what makes my life matter? I'm fine judging, and I'm fine
That you're
being
living it, Mort.
judged.
That you're living it. Don't you get it? Anybody could trip. Sariel could trip over and hit her head on a rock and nobody heals her. Something could happen. Or Sul could choke on a fucking chicken leg and then we find her dead carcass hunched over a long table in a cold hall. Death can just sweep us away at any moment. You're just living your life. That's why it matters. You're stepping up. You're willing to be brave enough to live it more. That's the whole point. We have to make... The only reason death is worth anything is if you make it a life worth living. That's what makes our goddesses even matter.
Right. I feel like I'm thinking less about myself and more about all of the other lives that if...
And they matter to you, but that's what's important to you, Mort, and that's what's important. If the lives that you surround yourself with are what give your life purpose, then so be it. Let that be your fire. Let that be the reason that you have to cast judgment to keep them safe, if not for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to help you along that I can. I was able to teach you the simple things, especially with the lady, but you can understand Zabalba is a much more nuanced god, and as such, his fellowship can be just as, if not more nuanced.
Yeah, I think...
You can totally hear this entire conversation, Brad, as she's stopped being quiet about it.
So yeah, that's where we took Mort swimming that one time.
I'm riding a fine line between selflessness and recklessness, I guess. I feel as though sacrificing myself to save many others, if I had to do that, I would. And I know that I would be judged.
Good.
I am so afraid of losing anybody else, and I feel so weak and alone. So I'm doing what I can do to maybe not feel that way all the time.
I understand that, Mort. And sometimes with worshipping the death god and goddesses, it is the hardest to understand that death is inevitable. Even for the long-lived elves and dwarves, eventually it comes. And that is why, being those who worship both sides of that coin, we especially can find comfort knowing that La Muerta's embrace awaits those who we cannot provide a little bit longer here on this earth. We are better trained than others to give them that gentle caress, that passage. It's not easy, and sometimes do have to carry that burden. But as you know, we are also given the gifts to prolong and to save and to bring security and life. I don't have the answers, and when the night finds you, they may not have them either. They may seek for you to find whatever the answer is for yourself, but I believe that I'm going to remain here on the island just to keep the children at the orphanage safe, amongst other things. And
Mike laughs.
But if you do need to reach out and ask me for anything, even if it's just screaming about your aggravations, please don't hesitate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to reach out. If I know how to reach out to you, I have a lot of magic at this point.
But you have the free orb, too. Like, don't waste your magic.
Oh,
we have the whole thing on
talking
the
to
ship.
you 25 words at a time is never a waste.
Oh! Stop it. All right, now, come on, show me where you sold those drugs.
I sold. This is really getting twisted.
As the camera pans up,
And that's where Mort did a really cool thing with a scarf on a ship, and that.
so
It looks a little bit like the alley that Mort cast Feign Death and scared Braddock in.
Cassidy,
That's where I thought I
you
lost
find this top hat. Little bit of like a street light shining down on it. Looks like the street that you're standing on. You can still hear people around you, but nobody's stepping around this top hat. You don't see anybody around you, just the darkness and the light on this hat.
Why'd all the lights go out?
Oh, what now?
And you see kind of like spiraling up like a hand, and then the figure who you've not seen of the long spindery figure of the tall man. And he says, I told you we'd be seeing each other.
Oh, shit.
I knew there was a familiar stench about you, but I wasn't sure till the curse really fermented. Oh, I won't forget that anywhere.
Yeah, whatever you're trying to sell, I ain't buying.
Ah, yes. Oh, don't you want to know? Don't you want to know who it is who put this little curse on you, Cassidy Morium?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it was. I was there.
Oh, do you know her name? Do you know who to look for? Where to find her?
Yeah,
Get
actually.
what you need.
Well, I don't know her name, but I do know how to find her. I have ways.
You think finding a hag's so easy, boy?
Well, I won't know until I try.
I suppose.
Quest marker.
There's been a cookie trail right there. For
Well, if
this
you're
whole
interested,
time.
your old friend here is always willing to broker some information, of course. If you're willing to, you know, give me a taste. Just take that curse off your hands.
Yeah, so that
Get you
you.
in the right direction.
Yeah, I give up my curse so that you can become more powerful and then you can, kill some more children. I'm assuming that that's what it is you do, or you feast on their fears.
Oh, you people and your morality. Just remember my offer's on the table. I will remove your curse. I offer information on she who placed it on you, and perhaps a chance at discovering her. But, you know, don't take my word for it. Deal with your little, hairy problem.
Yeah, well, you see, there's a little problem in your logic there. You see, you're offering to take away my curse to give me more information about her, but you see, if you remove my curse, then I will have no reason to go after her. So there would be no point. If you're trying to offer me information, then there would be no point in taking away my curse, because then I would have no need for that information.
She put 2 curses on you.
You think you're very smart, boy.
I mean,
But you can move forward with what you say. My offer's on the table. Information on the lady you seek. And where to find her. And I'll remove your curse for you. Or continue on with your plan. TikTok. I'll be in touch.
yeah.
Tips his hat. And you pop up and you see Ron and Mari sitting outside of a shop as Ron walks in of Madame Scaliotrope's fine frocks. And Ron,
You're from like a village of ghost hunters.
Yeah, by the way,
So,
it wasn't
like-
two curses. It was the same
this is-
curse that was just all
this is a big
because of
city
that
for me.
arcane blast that I was
And
in.
you look for what you think is the fanciest shop there. And this place has got like the gaudiest clothes.
Ooh.
As you answer, a kobold who like turns her head out in like almost like stereotypical like 80s drag queen makeup, but that's how her scales are colored.
Girls
Yes.
got garage doors on.
Yeah, exactly. She puts her head out and goes, "Oh, hello! Who do we have here at Madame Scaliotropes? Please, 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 please."
Oh, hello. My name's Ron.
Oh, Ron! Oh, Kitsune, I've not seen one of you around in quite some time.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many of them around.
I must ask, from where do you hail? You know, we carry quite the wardrobe offerings.
Oh, that's a great question. Hold on.
Absolutely.
But-
And may I ask, what brings you in for any particular reason? Just looking to spiffy up, perhaps gussy your current wardrobe up, or especially Cassian?
I'm going to a very formal event,
Oh,
so I
you
have
don't
to.
say.
Yes, so I have to get myself decked out. I don't have a suit or
So
anything.
how formal are we speaking here? Are we talking black tie? Are we talking no tie, white t-shirt and jeans? What level are we talking formal?
Oh, that's a good point. That's real formal when you got jeans and a white T-shirt. I'm thinking like formal, very formal dress, like
Full Canadian tuxedo.
yes, Canadian tuxedo.
You're right, for him, that's totally what it is. A full
You're most
denim
de-
three-piece.
Yes, exactly.
Very good. And a waistcoat?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And
You're
she's like, let us get your measurements then. Now, we do have the finest Avenese, that is, by the way, the canonical Canada of this world.
Yes.
The finest Avenese denim with which we could weave this from. Sir, now I want to know, would you like any sort of fancy inlay? I do not offer a great deal, but I could perhaps offer some small enchantments on there for a minor fee, of course.
What kind of enchantments are
Well,
we
we
talking?
offer a prestidigitation, of course, that's for a minor fee of 100 gold. We can do a thaumaturgy if one needs to speak louder, or perhaps offer some other effects, as it were. Perhaps a fine perfume or a tremor if they're telling a story. Other than that, we could offer perhaps some easier lower sphere spells, but those are a slight upcharge of 1,000 gold per sphere of spell. I can only go up to the 3rd sphere. I have not trained myself greatly in the arcane arts, but I do spin a fine weave, as it were. Nothing in so much as perhaps being able to cast lightning bolt from your buttonhole. However, there are things of
Denim
the
jacket of
enchantment.
flight.
Denim
Things-
jacket of revivify.
Things of the
cannot stop the
enchantment or transmutation school. I am versed.
Enchantment or transmutation?
So denim jacket of flight.
Denim jacket of alter self.
Ooh, ooh. It
But
alters you
however,
by
I
making you
could
wear
take your
a denim
name and you
jacket.
don't need to let me know. However,
But you think
it
it's
will
really
take me
cool.
about 2 days to finish this, just making it raw, as it were. However, if you do want to come in and add an enchantment, that will take approximately a day per sphere, because we do permanently imbue the garment with the enchantment. And then you don't have to pay the complete amount. You can offer half up front and half at the end.
Okay, that sounds good.
Absolutely. So you wanted this Avenese tuxedo, as it were?
Yes.
Okay, well, before we offer any enchantments on that will only be 50 gold.
Oh, okay.
Very simple. The denim itself is not terrible. If you want to do, I could offer, and she offers you some, because they do, the double stitch on denim. It's like, we could do some gold or silver stitching. That's a slight upcharge for 100 gold, but, a little more fancy, as it were. Put some fine platinum-coated gold buttons on the side, if we did want to really fancy this up.
I mean, if it's gonna be the fanciest Canadian tuxedo ever, Avenese.
I'll tell you what, we shall quote you here for 200 gold. If I go a little fancier with it, don't worry about that, and then we'll worry about the enchantments after that.
Sounds good.
If you have any friends that you would like to bring to Madame Scaliotropes, please do. But let's get those measurements, dear, while you're here.
Sounds good.
And the camera pans out as she...
I really wanted to be...
And he is the inseam!
I wanted to be charm person, just for the idea that you go up to it and you're just like, wow, that's a really... I cannot believe Avony's tuxedo. That looks amazing. And then Ron walks away and the guy's just like, that was fucking stupid. Every time he comes back,
no, it is level
good.
1.
It's 1.
Yeah, but that's still 1,000 gold. But it's a permanent, like, hey, ding, 3 times a day. Hey.
Ron's also gonna fashion himself. He's gonna go find a shop with some sweet like wraparound shades, and then fashion his fur into a little bit of a mullet for
You're
the
gonna go
flock
with
of
a full
seagulls.
Bret Hart photo.
Yeah.
In front of the like Lake Alberta or whatever. it is.
So you guys kind of end your day, and you all, as the day's going on, dinner's time's coming around, and you and Braddock look at each other more. Ren, you and Cassidy kind of meet each other since you were all in the same square, and all around the same time as you're looking at each other, you're like, I'm hungry. Forever soup, and you guys all kind of like show up at the boat at the same time, and everyone's like, "Oh no shit!"
I get
No
the
shit.
silver gauntlets on to prepare.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Ron showing up to the party just straight up.
Now, just like as Jeremy actually made the joke, but
his
we're finding out more and
undershirt is
more,
kinda right around
the
the
timing
nipples.
kind of reflects the weather. The days are lasting longer, so night isn't quite at 4:30 anymore. But you guys all meet there, and as you go down, you can already smell the forever soup. You can hear Chris at the singing, and you hear a familiar voice who you haven't heard in a while, and you see Julian is sitting there at the table. Books. And he goes, "Friends! We got a shit ton to talk about. But please,
Oh,
let's
you
get
have
some
no
food."
idea.
Oh, okay. Well then, let's eat some food first and catch up. And we'll take a quick bio break and...
Catch up.
Figure out where we're headed from here.
Throw it in the soup.
Oh, I can't wait. I've got so much information to share with you guys.
Oh boy. Are we muted yet? So, alright. You interviewed her before, right?
We're
What?
back.
You said you interviewed her before, right?
No, I interviewed at the Knapp's Corner location and the 28th Street location.
Got it.
Ah, Cora has made a rare appearance.
Ooh.
My goodness.
Oh.
She's gonna jump down.
Yeah, she's already making escape plans.
Yep.
I knew.
She's
Cora
good.
will not be contained. There's like 3 people that she let go.
Oh God, are we gonna have to fight Cora tonight? Is that the big bad?
Listen,
good thing
every
they were
animal
easy.
in the house is afraid of Cora, so I just no, I wouldn't want to fight Cora. She's also the smallest of all the animals. Anyway, so you guys are surrounded downstairs. You're surrounded. You guys are surrounding the forever soup served to all of you at the table. You have Chrysotha, Julian, Triple G, Casserole.
Oh, look, you found him.
Yeah. Ran is, or not Ran, Mare is up top eating his food. But
Just in my head, he's just like hummingbird wings outside.
It's so loud. The ship is just rocking because the water. It's like
People are walking past.
so Julian has a stack of papers much like this. So I've been looking at my research since the Osnabrück events. But fill me in first on what's been going on with all of you.
So many bugs.
We found a bug.
Went
in there.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, and I'm a werewolf. So.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You can't just say you're a werewolf. What the hell did that?
Okay.
Cha-ching-ching.
So,
Oh, yeah, what time is it?
so remember when we were fighting? Remember that gala that we were at, and then we were fighting, and then there was
I
that,
remember the gala.
Yep.
Yep.
And then that big arcane explosion.
Yes.
Well, I was caught in it, and apparently that altered the curse that I'm under. So instead of me being split, my personality being split, it now gave me sorry, out of game. I can't pronounce that.
Lycanthropy.
Lycanthropy. So instead of my personality being split, I now have lycanthropy.
And an allergy to chocolate.
And for some reason, and for some reason, a really weird inability to keep his pants on when he's in wolf form.
I watched Cassidy pee outside and then he stepped in it.
He's also much more interested in fire hydrants now.
Oh my god. As much as I appreciate trying to put humor on this very bad situation we're in. So yeah, that happened, and at night I've been having like very bad dreams of what my werewolf wants to do, and so
They say you
Wow,
can't teach an
you're
old
in
dog new
werewolf
tricks.
form. Finish the sentence.
well, while I'm sleeping. Oh yeah, to top that all off, just happened today. Do you guys remember the tall man?
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
That's
We see so many tall people.
the spirit. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for specifying.
That's basically every person to Ron.
When we were in,
Not as tall as me
the
now.
spirit that we encountered in New Amberwood.
That is like the
that
cow
guy.
man, and then like
Well,
literally
yeah.
everybody pops up and his eyes start to like.
Yeah. So he came back, and he came to me and offered to remove my curse in exchange for information on her. But I know that he's just going to become more powerful, and that would be a danger to everybody else. So I declined his offer, but he said, but he basically told me that the offer's still available if I ever change my mind, which I don't see myself doing.
I mean, sometimes deals can be interesting.
Moving
No,
on.
no. So
That
yeah.
happened in real time.
You know, I've always wanted to sell my soul.
So yeah, I just
You see a top hat in the world.
got very limited options here on how to proceed.
In other news, we're going to a soiree in about 16 days. Is it still the same day?
That's what I heard about the soiree.
Are you talking about the Marizelle?
Yeah, we're invited to that.
I'm getting my finest tuxedo.
How did you get tickets?
Because I'm a captain of the guard.
Yeah, but
and
they
I'm
don't
going
let. They don't let.
Oh yeah, and I was just officially deputized, so
Congratulations.
thin ice.
I'm trying.
They always hand those out to town guards. I mean, this is a very private affair.
Yeah, he's trying to become basically the patron of, well, essentially the entire guard syndicate. So for obviously political gain and things like that, but also, hey, for the most part, from what he's done so far, he's not a bad person to get associated with. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm from like northeast Tabala. I'm not like from the city proper, but we know the Marizelles everywhere. They're adventuring shops. We're even out there.
When you say patron, do you mean like patron or
Not-
patron?
Like Noble House.
like
Oh, okay.
the guy, yeah, the
the Avarians left the power
sponsorships
back
of money.
and
For
especially since the events in Osnabrück.
No,
not
I was
all-
just trying to make sure we were all on the same page.
No, absolutely.
I'm trying to think. Do we canonically know that you? Now I'm asking a meta question.
I don't know. I don't know if Mart's ever mentioned it, but he did start casting Eldritch
He
Blast.
did cast Eldritch Blast.
Like-
You'd have to roll an Arcana to know if clerics could cast that or not.
Well, my Arcana's like plus 17.
You can still roll a 1!
And if I roll anything below a 10, it's automatically a 10. Well, actually, no. And then plus my proficiency bonus because I have expertise. So It's a plus
Just
23.
roll the die. I gotta explain all your
A
stats.
9, so 10, so 33 on the Arcana.
It's strange for a cleric to cast Eldritch Blast, but it's not like unheard of. There's obvious, very easy ways you could basically
Tales of the Valley.
you could
The class feature.
ways with which you could gain access to it through.
The other rules set.
Where you could like train yourself, you could
Because
study,
people
you
have
could
kinks.
try and like
And you just gotta accept that.
tinker other ways. And you guys were apart for a month.
Rats.
It's not
Foot kink and have feet kink.
unbelievable that
foot.
Mort
I don't
would have
have
taken
a
the time to like learn a new, very useful spell like Eldritch Blast.
It does do more damage than Toll the Dead, in theory.
That's
I can
true.
add 3 plus 5s to it, so that
Yeah.
plus 15 makes a difference.
Yeah, you must have gone through some serious training to acquire that.
Yeah, also, I think I've mentioned before, Mort does have, if you look at him from different angles like a cat, you can see flecks of gold in his eyes now.
You're sure it's nothing.
Cool contact.
I didn't contact anybody. I promise.
Inside check.
But yeah, no,
Mort's never been really secretive about anything.
Yeah.
Like, if
I'm sure if we just ask point blank, we'll get it out. I just
Yeah.
later.
Yes. And he gestures. He's got like a pile of books and notes like this big, and he says,
So you got some night read in there.
yeah. And perhaps this will tie into some of this. I've gained headway on the 6th journal and its location. It is being held by... I do not know much beyond a name. Yennefer is all that I have.
Oh, she's dating that Jared guy.
I heard they're an
I think it's pronounced Gerald, but
I
I Jerry.
yeah. I'm still trying to ascertain her direct position. I had heard that she was recently seen in the city of Cronesbridge, capital of witches, but that's back over south of Tabla. It would take us weeks, unless we could activate some sort of jumping point or teleportation there. Not unheard of, it's just we might have to pay some coin in Bailigar to do it.
I mean, I'm down to go, but I'm gonna have to do that after.
No, absolutely, and I don't think it'll be easy.
I'll be honest, guys. This is gonna take precedence for my stuff right now, unless Magira pops out of the freaking ocean right here, and then that's a bit of a priority. But I need to make sure that the guard syndicate is, covered as best as I can.
I agree. I think that's actually important because
Some
my
bad
family
stuff
were
happened.
even talking about stepping up to possibly the noble house for this region. And we're stretched thin after. It would be rough.
you could just decide to be a noble family.
It's an electoral process through the council. You have
Can
to
I
be able
try?
to show that you have the means to kind of help support the region in times of need.
Dear God, at the end of the campaign, we could probably just buy ourselves into nobility, usually with how much money adventurers get.
It's not just it's not just simply like a paycheck. It's having to have like the people who will vouch for you. You have to have the people's ear. You have to gain a popular election before the council will even consider you. But sometimes people will fledge that. But the Veld's name is still attached to the Bonvillans, even though we're 2 generations removed from the direct bloodline.
Right.
So, my sister would probably do great, but she really loves just taking care of people in Morsk. The Marizells, I agree, are a great
Hold on,
choice.
which sister are we talking about here?
You met my sister, Eloise.
Okay.
She was patching people up
from the dead head.
I remember.
Which reminds me,
I remember the other one that we met too, and we.
that was my cousin.
Oh, right. Okay.
We put her away.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I'm saying sorry. I thought that was sister again for a second.
Well,
I was like, hold on.
We put her away, but then she was at the Magra bullshit, so she's still out there.
She might have been the resurrected.
Well, yeah. That's, oh my god. Anyway, and he kind of goes through his papers, and he puts down, I have acquired, from my sister, the recipe for her deadhead antivenom.
Oh.
It should apply to most poisons.
Oh. Yoink.
And he's like, the ingredients
you
are
and Chris
difficult.
should go in on that one.
Yeah,
I
said
have
yoink.
some of the more difficult
Oh, I heard
ingredients
that.
with me.
I was addressing that too.
I have some of the more difficult ingredients with me for a few doses, but we may need to go searching for some others. And he pulls out 4 vials, and he says, I have also 4 doses of the antivenom of that.
Would you happen to have the formula or the recipe?
That's what they just got.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna grab one of those vials.
I know you have
Yep.
a workshop.
Yep.
I actually didn't bring mine. I traveled very light. I have my guns. I brought some potions, and I gotta be honest, I kind of let my potion making go by the wayside. But given...
Get out!
I'm sorry, I took all the time
I'm
to
kidding,
research,
I'm kidding.
but I got a little bit, and I'll get back to working on them. But Cassidy, if you don't mind, maybe in your off time I could use some of your free...
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
during the day.
especially when at night when I'm a werewolf. Yeah.
That's a great point. Do we have somewhere to put him? We
Yeah.
have
Oh,
cells
yeah.
on the ship, right?
Well. We've already got these silver gauntlets to keep me, incapacitated.
We also got him a
so
nice
you're-
kennel.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah. The longer I have this, the more the disease is going to progress. So,
We
like.
should just. So it,
I did go to the library and got some interesting books. I'm going to try and see if there's any research I can do to try and be able to maintain control while I'm in wolf form. But yeah, other than that, there's really only one other option.
so the curse.
Put him down.
The curse
Well,
changed
no.
when you died. No, we couldn't just
Okay,
kill
there's
you,
2 options.
kill you, and keep resurrecting you until we find a curse
But
that doesn't
remember,
inconvenience you. as
remember
much.
when the last time that I just
exhaustion
died
kills
and I was still in
You
wolf
can't be
form?
revived.
The last time I died and I still remained in wolf form? So obviously killing me and bringing me back isn't going to do anything.
We can experiment.
Really?
So, you have about an hour before it's like night.
Mm-hmm. Yep, well, I better go get myself restrained,
We
so...
gotta take you out or something? Take you outside?
Please don't.
Ron grabs the leashes and takes Casserole and Cassidy out for.
We are not doing that! I am not a dog!
Before we call it an evening, I did want to ask. I've not heard anything from the devil,
Which one?
Zareth,
Okay, that one.
since Balthiel was killed. Have you been visited by the blue-flamed sassy asshole?
Ooh,
a
sassy
pretty-
asshole.
Pretty decent.
Sasshole's
description of it.
good.
Sasshole.
I mean,
I haven't.
I don't think I have.
Mhm.
Sure, Mia? No.
She's not here.
God dang it, she's out committing crimes. I'm not there to document them.
Now, when you say contact it, what exactly do you mean?
We all just slowly turn our heads to more.
I'm sorry, in terms of what?
Azrael.
Oh, no,
Oh, you said Zareth.
Zareth. I just haven't.
Oh.
I know Balthiel died. I haven't heard anything about Sariel at all. Aside from the cult maybe being somewhere up north in the Burning Reef?
Yeah, I've tried pinging her, and it's not really particularly effective.
I mean, she's innocent. No.
I doubt
tried
that.
pinging and ringing. Actually, we can try. I cast sending. Try to contact Sarah. Hey, you up? That's a joke. I'm not gonna do that.
Honestly, if you think about it, the harassment you can truly do in D&D with just a sending spell is horrifying.
Oh my God.
Just constantly, 3:30 in the morning. Sup, how you doing? I got your name.
Can I have your
So, give me an intelligence check, Cassidy.
Just a flat intelligence?
Plus your proficiency.
Can
Yeah.
I get your sending number? Can I have
17.
Okay.
that sending number?
I'm
So with your
glad
research,
somebody
you're
knows
able
that
to gather a few
reference.
things. Lycanthropy, while it can absolutely occur from
Oh, a vine?
Um,
Oh, that is a French-ass name.
like alpha lichens or other were creatures, animal lords, it can appear from even like blessings from gods. There seems to be actually a deep connection. You never looked at this aspect before because you never thought of bringing. There was no reason that you would look it up as a kid, but there's a deep connection between were creatures and hag curses. It seems to be one of the other kind of big places where it comes from. And while you may have read it, it's like, well, I don't need to read about werewolves more because I'm not a fucking werewolf, you know?
Mhm.
But as you're looking at it, it sounds like some particularly powerful curses seem to have what would be almost a pupation that can last maybe an entire person's lifetime. But jarring events, magical interference, death can all kind of jostle it a little bit.
Mm.
And it can make the curse blossom and evolve. And as you're thinking about it, you went from shifting from one form to just shifting into another form. It's just more, as you're kind of connecting these dots, you can kind of feel that pulsing up, but you're feeling, as you're seeing, before it was just kind of like you dealing with this. It feels like as this has evolved, it's her way of pulling you closer to her. And as that happens, you start to feel the wash over you, and I need a charisma save.
Keep in mind, I have those silver gauntlets on me.
Yes! You're incapacitated, but I still need a charisma save.
That's going to be an 11.
Alright, that's a fail.
Well, you have.
All right, you guys hear 'em, like-
inspiration. You have so many inspirations you could probably re-roll with if you want.
Well, that's true. I have inspirations.
You would have a Ronic because you just started with
D6.
that.
Yep.
I'll be honest. If we're
Is anybody in there with him, or did you just lock him up? Like triple lock him up?
if we would have split up, I would have assumed by now you've been locking yourself in.
Oh yeah, he put the manacles on, and then he locked himself in a cage on top of that.
Yeah.
So I got Ronic. Don't I have a... Well,
You-
Sirmia's not here, so...
Well, you would still. I think Sirmia would have still.
It's still the
given
way
you
she
a
set it up is
Bardic.
because it's a tattoo. You still get it every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest,
A
he wouldn't
D8.
have a Braddock. He wouldn't have had a reason to do that today.
He has to activate it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I still have... Ooh,
There's no gift of luck
my-
right now.
my
activated,
shard of
I would
creation.
say.
Yes.
I can do that. Okay, so I can add 2 d8s and a d6. It was an 11.
Do it.
That's a plus 14 onto that, so 25.
All right. Well, Jesus, hold on. What was that for? That was just a big number. I kind of got
that was the
blindsided by that.
So
Charisma
25 for a charisma save for
All
the
right.
werewolf transformation.
All right. So you resist
You just assume it's
the
the
first
werewolf.
pull, or is that the second one?
That was the first one.
Okay. So now, as you kind of like slam against it,
You large
You're-
staring at a soft taco.
kind of fading in and out. Roll another charisma save.
There's another one in here. Would you?
No, I'm good. No. I was just.
I already
curious.
used the Ronic and the Sturmia. I've only got one of those, right?
I was looking at
The
Sturmia?
Ronic and the Sturmia.
The Ronic and
you
the
would
Sturmia.
only have one. You
just
would
curious.
have one right
I still got. I still got Shard of Creation that I can use, so.
Shard of Creation.
It's a mechanist.
now.
It's a subclass.
You poop your pants.
If he fails, he will.
Natural 20.
All right. You manage to like pull through as you feel almost like claws pulling towards your face, and you pull back, and you feel yourself. You're cleared. You're like, and you actually, like it hurts. Because transforming your body and bones breaking hurts, but you're still there, and you feel the. As you maintain control, the shard there, and it slowly like kind of fades out as you peacefully like from the manacles and kind of pass out, and then eventually Braddock, you heard him like clanking around.
Knock it off.
Yeah, you open it up, and he is slumped up in wolf form.
Aww, he's sleeping.
Oh, he's having a dream. He's chasing a squirrel. He's chasing a cult member.
Oh, look, he's having a dream. He's smiling an innocent man.
Yeah.
So cute.
He's not. He's gnawing on the guy's shin.
He's foaming at the mouth.
The evening goes on. It's a nice night. You guys actually kind of party a little bit on the boat. Ginny, while still sleeping in the ladies' chamber, still decides to party on the boat with you guys a little bit. You guys have a fun night. Mort, for a moment, you look over, like you're kind of looking off on the docks where you guys are, and you can see people walking by.
Yeah, Mort's just super pensive. Mort's not partying.
You think you see like a couple, you see a couple walking by, a lady, big wide brim hat, scarlet red dress, big flowing black hair behind her, next to a very tall gentleman, bright green, like ascot, very gaunt, slicked back hair,
Slick back.
and the gentleman turns to you, and the eyes seem to reflect green to you almost. And you blink, and then the crowd has already like swallowed them up in the nightlife of Belagar. I guess you started to say something. I was gonna.
So Mort's just looking pensively. He's not really partying.
It's so as you're saying this, Ginny kind of plops next to you. She's just been dancing to the music as Christopher's been playing her fiddle, and she's like, "Why the glum face? Come on, you're just like out. Those people are interesting than me, because like I'll just go dance with Christopher all night or something."
No, I mean we can hang out. Sorry. Unless you want to dance with her.
You want to dance with her? She pushes you on the shoulder. What are you so mopey about?
Well, my fear is that if I tell you, you would also get mopey about it.
Well, yeah, but that's because I care about you, and so I want you to share your mope. You shouldn't be in your mope
This is
alone.
exactly. I don't want to say it's the problem, but I think the fact that you do care about me is going to be what makes it mopey.
Well, I mean, I'd be mopey if you didn't tell me. I'd be actually really upset if you didn't tell me.
Okay, well, I guess some people, what the heck is Martine basically seems to think that I can, I guess, make more impact being alive than if I sacrifice myself. That's all.
Well, yeah, you idiot. I'd be super upset if you hurt yourself.
I mean, I don't want to hurt myself, but sometimes I feel like, if I just kind of keep digging into a deeper hole, maybe I can...
Well, stop digging. Every time you dig, you're going to find dirt. Come on, man. You city boys. I swear
Sometimes dirt don't hurt.
No, you're right. Dirt don't hurt. Says the grave cleric. You're right. Dirt don't hurt. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know. I've been...
Jitty with like 1 or 2 inners. Fantastic.
Youth, as it were, I believe, refer to this as crashing out. And
then Ginny's like, hey, I didn't bring you back to life just for you to second guess it, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I have been feeling a little mopey, and like I am not making a big enough impact, and that's kind of the whole reason I set out to do anything. I didn't know what I was thinking for, and then Martine one day said, okay, it's time for you to get up and go out there and use your powers to make a difference, and I don't even know if I've done that yet. So what have I been doing for the past 2 years, I guess?
She puts her hand over your mouth, and then she puts her hand on your hand. And she goes, you freed my city from a 60-year curse. I know he's still out there, but he terrorized an entire town, and aside from where people with this fucking cult seem to show up, he doesn't really seem to bother people that much, to be totally honest, unless they're asking for something. Right. So, from what I heard, you brought peace to a little boy's spirit. That's a different... I mean, he's serving Hecate. That's pretty nice. Or Muerta.
Nice.
That's like, I guess so is my mom or whatever.
It's like... I just think you need...
Yeah, to believe in myself or whatever, but...
You need to have faith in yourself, Mortimer. You need to have faith in yourself. It's like, oh my god, you worship 3 gods. And I don't know why she just turned Jewish, but it's like, oh my god, you worship 3 gods, and it's like the person who seems to have the most faith has the least faith in themselves out of all of these. Look at all these chuckle fucks, and she gestures out to the group, and they're like, la da da, like ties around the heads, vomiting.
Yeah, this is what the kids do.
Yeah,
Cassidy's missing out back on the shit, just knocked out.
I just feel like everybody's so capable of such incredible things, and I...
you passed out with very
I'm just kind of here.
going on.
Yeah.
What?
It's I feel like everybody is capable of such incredible things, and sometimes I just feel like I'm here along for the ride.
You bring people back to life. You wield the power of life and death in your hands.
And Sermia does it while singing a song. That doesn't make me special. Everybody can do that. Basically.
Then there it is, Mort. Then find what it is. Don't just give up.
I'm not giving up. That's what I'm doing. I'm finding it. I'm
And don't compare yourself
to every thing that would give me a power that could make me useful to these people.
Okay.
Someone's down.
No, I get it. Listen, a year ago I wasn't able to do this, and she makes lights grow out of her hand, and she's like, and now I can because of what? A witch taught me how to do it. I'm a witch now. I didn't know if I was gonna.
Braddock's in the background. What?
I didn't know that I was gonna.
Walking over, Martine gets up. It's fine. It's fine. No, I heard something.
Meet some crazy spider lady out in the middle of the woods and have her be like, "Ooh, I know your boyfriend. Let me teach you how to do some shit." And then I brought you back to life in the middle of a giant fucking monster. It wasn't even a dragon. It was a monster.
Yeah,
it was a monster bigger than a building.
I've been meaning to ask about that. Can you normally do that?
Well, that was the first time but she taught me it, but I did it on a sparrow once, and it lived for 3 seconds. But it was worth a shot. I was really focused.
Like a person. Okay. But did anything else happen when you did that?
I flashed a little bit. I felt stronger for a second, and I've been able a little bit more.
I'm sorry, what was that? You flashed a little bit?
Get her!
I didn't see.
She's a witch and a public nudist.
Nobody saw it. It was in the middle of a caved-in hallway. But no. Listen,
you know that
Wait, who was she
Aunt
flashing
Nancy
if
said
nobody
that
was in
I
the
should
hallway?
I should go out to
She
the road
was
a little bit.
flashing more
It's
because
really
that's
safe
how
with you
she brought
guys.
it
I don't
back
feel
to
like I'm
life.
ready to kind of step out with your group, but I'd like to kind of keep traveling with you, especially if it's
Is
going to
it
help you
titties?
stop being so mopey. And we'll keep each other safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, I guess don't. I don't want to say don't bring me back if I die, but if you did it and weird things start happening, I guess just let me know.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm not. Listen, okay. Listen, right now. Listen, everybody! Listen
You
the
don't have
fuck
you don't
up!
have to
No,
worry.
She turns around, all of us already
You
like,
don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
I need to draw a clear distinction right now. There are witches and there are hags. And witches do not eat babies, and we are not gross. We are natural healers.
I've never said you were gross.
No! I heard the insinuation.
That was fully not the insinuation. I really wish you hadn't brought everybody. I can tell you the insinuation.
You tell me something, mister.
Braddock's like, no,
And then
this helps. This helps.
She plants one right on you, Mort.
Oh,
Hey,
And then she goes, and then she
Is
pukes
that
over the
why
side
she
of the
wanted
boat.
our attention just so she could kiss him?
Oh
That's
my
kinda
God,
weird.
Christopher, what's
Is she, like,
what's
an
in that
exhibitionist
punch?
or
And she
something?
goes, oh dearie,
Again,
that
people
one was
have
for
kinks, Ron.
for
We
the
were talking
grown
about
up
this
grown
earlier
ups. And she's
I'm just
like,
trying to figure all this city stuff out still.
I'm sorry that I got a little outspoken.
that's
I'm a feral boy.
Why don't you get the lady
Talk with me in the
glass of
morning.
water, Maury?
Talk with me in the morning.
okay. We can talk in the morning. Do you need
Let's
water?
I got water for her, sweetheart. You can come bring her a midnight snack. Tell you what,
Okay.
come and check on her.
Okay.
She okay. I'm gonna go put my feet up.
Okay. I promise I won't disappear in the middle of the night and leave a note.
Swear to God,
Okay.
Braddock told me
Which
about
one?
that.
Which,
I
which
really.
one?
That very much
Braddock
sounds
told
like
us
he's
about
gonna
that on the
disappear.
Tour de Mort today. Don't go sharing that shit again.
That still wasn't cool.
That 100% sounds like
Four
he's,
times in the campaign.
it 100% sounds like he's planning on doing that. I wouldn't trust him.
So
I don't.
Everyone,
I don't
hide
know-
the stationery.
I don't know if I have any other weird power spikes in my future that require me to write a note and disappear.
We find another note. Oh, he's off to another god.
Let's chain him up to
I'm shooting for
Cassidy.
6 by the end of the campaign.
One, you get another god for each proficiency bump you get.
all right. So, in the middle of the night, you guys are all sleeping pretty soundly. Braddock, it's
There's construction sounds coming from Braddock's house.
I'll get my D100 ready.
Cassidy, you're having those dreams again. It's red. You're hunting something. You're. It's like you're going through the woods. It's like this only red lighting with heavy shadow as you're like running through, and then you come to a clearing, and right in the middle of the clearing is a top hat. And you just hear, "Let's have a little fun." And you hear, and you, in the dream, you hear running, and then you can see way off in the distance, like a pink light, like through this red. It's glowing so bright that it's like pink white, and you feel this simultaneous like urge to go to it, and at the same time like a rage drawing you towards it, and you just like you feel yourself leaping through the air, and then a sensation. It takes you a minute to figure out what it is because you're just like overwhelmed with adrenaline as you're just like churning your arms, and you realize you're wet, and you're just like churning and getting closer and closer, and then you eventually see it looks like an island covered in mist, and you pull yourself up onto the beach, and you look over, and the dawn breaks, and you pop up back into Cassidy, and you're on the middle of an island.
Oh, come
Surrounded by
on!
mist. it looks like mist all around you. The islet itself is open, and you can see way off in the distance some sort of shack with smoke coming off of it. And as you look, a small path opens up in the foliage. Looks like it's leading up the mountain.
Like, am I awake?
You're
Or
awake.
Great, and let me guess, I'm completely naked.
Yes.
I put my armor back
All right.
on.
Sounds.
I'm not doing this shit again.
And as you see that, rising up out of the plants is a elderly granny figure, kind of hunched over. Looks at you, looks you over. Gestures with the finger and disappears back into the foliage.
Do I recognize her at all, or is this someone I haven't seen before?
Roll me an insight.
That's a good day.
That is going to be... That is going to be a 16.
All right. She looks familiar, and the lady that put a curse on you looks super young. This person does not look very young. But there's something that looks familiar to it.
Does she look like the hag that's been appearing in my dreams, though? Because, like,
Yes.
she did. Yeah. So, but since the tall man appeared in the dream that I was having as a werewolf, is Cassidy aware that that was the tall man in the dream? Okay. So then I just say, I'm pretty sure that the tall man is watching me the same way that the hag's been watching me this whole time, so I just say, I don't know what shit you're trying to pull here, tall man, but the answer's still no. And I don't have a sending stone because my bag of holding was taken, so I've got no way to contact the team.
How did that happen?
I want to try and get a... I want to try and see if, like, look at the surrounding area, if I can, like, try and figure out from the landscape of where exactly this island is. What would I roll for that?
Nature. Or history.
That is going to be a 30.
You've studied maps of the area because you're a merchant. You need to know where you're going. You're like looking at the landscape. You're trying to see. You can't see any islands around you because it's so thick with mist. But calling from your research, you can know that sometimes hags can kind of have a pocket dimension for all intents and purposes, kind of like a little demi-plane that they can be left alone within their lair.
Mm.
And I only say this so specifically, one, because you rolled 32, because this is what you've dedicated your life to studying. So you're piecing things together, and best you can assume she's brought you here without you having to break the enchantment. You were able to swim through the night with the power of the werewolf's regeneration to kind of just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But with daybreak, you've snapped out of it, and now you're on her island through the enchantment that she's placed on.
Alright, well then, I will just continue following the path that suddenly appeared before me.
And Cassidy disappears up the trail. As he goes up, the path closes behind him as he goes up it. And you guys all awaken, and you find that Cassidy is missing. The manacles and the door seem to be unlocked from the outside.
The keys were at my house all night. That one I can assure you.
The keys are in the...
I'll roll an investigation to see
like
if
individually. It's not like your key ring. It looks like they were taken off individually and like are still in.
Were
like,
they? Were they in my room? Did they see my armor there and then suddenly see it disappear?
Who slept on the boat? Roll me a perception for if you just wake up with the sounds of the morning.
17.
Okay, so you're up early enough. Do you check on the werewolf in question first thing in the morning, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would you'd wake up and be like, oh shit, and then you would see the armor there, and then it slurps away somewhere.
Guys?
Triple G's like, what?
Cassidy is gone. His armor was here a second ago, and it just popped away. So, the good news is, we know he's alive. The bad news is, where the hell is he?
Oh, has he committed any crimes lately?
Flashing.
Yeah. Yeah, he exposed himself to...
Look at that!
Yeah, he exposed himself to an entire
Public
village.
exposure!
Exposure. I pinged that thing. I almost got you!
Took a while. There'd be a magnifying glass involved.
Oh.
Fuck you.
It was cold out. It's the middle of winter. It's called shrinkage.
I was swimming through the night.
It's perfectly normal, Cassidy. That's okay.
All right, so he is in Braddock. You've been sailing these seas with your grandpappy. It's in a place where islands don't exist. It's in one of the areas called like a dead zone, where it's kind of just like mist, and any islands are little like 10, 20, 40 foot little spans of sand that's just filled with undead, or it's just like a death trap to land on.
How many miles away?
About 10.
Okay.
To the northwest, towards the center of the Lubra.
That's probably doable.
I mean, we could get there fairly quickly. There's nothing there.
Ron could hop on Mare and go...
We
What?
literally have the airship. We can.
Yeah, I can also.
We have
summon
my
a-
ship.
A boat.
Oh, big man, got a big ship.
I do.
I got a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I can get a boat.
You're all on a boat. We get it. Oh, okay.
Well,
We just
I'm on a
each
boat.
take our separate forms of transit.
hey, let's take maybe
But
one
we're-
or two.
I'll get
How
there
about we
at the
ride?
exact same time.
You can get on your dragon once we get there, and we can kind of scout ahead, see what's up. But yeah, we got a werewolf on the loose, and I can't imagine people are going to be too happy.
There's a
if
wolf on the loose.
I have a question.
Oh, that
Werewolf.
sounded better in my head.
No,
And he looks off into the distance.
Ron, I missed you. As this happens, you guys hear the teens yell down, guys, there's some people here.
Tell him fuck off.
I don't.
We should see who the people are first, and then decide if they should be rather
We poke our head over.
kindly escorted.
You poke your head over the side. As you like, kind of have to come up to like poke your head up. You see that it is Paraval, Mincewind, and his Inquisitors.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah, definitely tell him
And
to
he
fuck
goes,
off.
Oh, we like those guys.
Captain, you seem to be one short. I'm just curious. Would you happen to know anything about reports that we heard overnight of a werewolf being seen? What was it again? And one of the Goliaths speaks up and then goes, they pull up a piece of paper, like just chicken scratch. Treading water like the devil was up their ass. Heading northwest. Hey, that's the one. Treading water like the devil's up their ass. So you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I just know that, you're acquainted with the lycanthropes. Maybe your friend, I notice he's not here.
Yeah, Sermia's not here. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
She pops up behind. Oh, I'm right here, guys.
Oh, no, it was
You've been
Talani's
gone
not
all
here.
day.
Oh, guys, I'm right here.
Oh, what?
Shit.
Oh, you bastards show up now.
Is anything important?
Ron goes, I just remembered I'm having gastric distress, and then he just runs straight to Mare to take off and start flying northwest.
We've already got somebody tracking
I mean,
this werewolf, Captain.
yeah. Let us try to handle this
So
first.
do we.
If things go wrong, I guess do what you gotta do. and
We
we'll-
also got a tracker.
I appreciate it, but given our line of work, we have to at least accompany you.
Has he been doing anything besides treading water like there's a devil in his butt?
I think he said ass.
But it's our job to
I know,
prevent
please,
anything
Captain.
from happening, and your captain has assured us that he would take care of it. However,
Yep.
our last encounter,
down.
he blipped out before we talked about it. So I'm going to.
Yeah,
come-
you demanded we give him over.
Well, why is your wolf friend heading off in the middle of nowhere like a fucking boat, but a wolf for propellers?
Maybe that's what we find out. Maybe we all calm down.
I just can't. I need some answers. I need some direction. I can't just take your word for it. Why is he heading this way? What the hell's going on?
We are finding this out literally because you're telling us about it. So we don't have the answers, but we can find the answers with just a little bit of levity.
Well, how did he become a werewolf in the first place?
I'm pretty sure we already
throats
told.
out.
I'm pretty sure
Probably,
it was already revealed.
It was a curse. Hag curse.
Hag curses morph in arcane
Oh, sorry.
distress.
Ron's going, it's a hag curse as he's flying away.
How good are you at killing hags, by the way? If you could knock that out for us, that'd be...
Yeah, why don't you just head the thing off at the pass? Probably has multiple
Gladly,
curses
but
on a
if
bunch of hags.
That's what I'm
It's-
thinking. That's the problem. If we're going, it may require a bigger force than simply the 5 of us. 4 now that our scouts already headed off following your friend. So, I would recommend a more formal alliance than the one that you and I have previously worked out, Captain. We're not going to travel together. Don't worry, we will travel in separate entities. However, we
we
will
have to
be...
bring these guys to the Heart Forge?
Oh, goodness, no! I don't know what this Heartforge thing you're talking about is. We're going to find your werewolf friend and whatever the hell this hag business is.
That's the
Is
best
this
way
a
to be part of our
Canadian
formal
tuxedo
party is going to the
formal
Heart
alliance?
Forge.
They haven't earned that.
Just turn them all into a boss.
Here,
We'll
go
kill
shit.
this hag. I'm sure we'll...
Should we
Talk to
unionize
the
him?
dead cat- No,
we'll
they
cross
don't
paths again, but for the moment, consider this a temporary alliance. We shall rescue your friend for the time being. It is a rescue mission. This is not an extermination mission, repeat. Do you understand? And the rest of the 3 are like, yeah, okay. It's like,
Say it out loud.
yeah, we understand, we understand, we understand.
Yeah, but if he does
One
need
guy
to
in
be
the
a little
back.
bit
I'm
roughed
gonna
up, that's okay.
So what?
God damn it,
If he needs to be a
Dave!
little bit roughed up, that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, should he need to be roughed up?
The elf scout girl's like, I like this one.
Right.
And Ginny's like, watch it, sister. And she's like,
A fireball goes off.
She has a drinking problem.
it's morning. She's just like hitting the hair of the dog.
The what? No,
All right,
is that a
So-
clue to where gas?
you guys head out
He
there.
just has a Bloody Mary.
And we're going to end with you guys approaching Braddock. It looks like nothing, and then the mist seems to almost coagulate and swirl, and then it parts to reveal an island where there previously was not one.
Okay, we're just gonna jot this
Fairly
one
big,
down on the map.
like 5 to 6 miles in diameter, just from judging it.
Again, we need to get the cartography people to update this stuff.
It seems to have a weird, like a bunch of rocks, like sticking, like limestone, like karsts, just. There seem to be some settlements, like some. You can see like little tops of buildings somewhere on there.
Any huts with chicken legs beneath them?
Hard to tell from here.
Oh my god, it's the Baba Yaga.
Paraval taps into your sending stones. And he goes, "Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We've got some information on this, at least in. From what our information has told us, it seems to be what would you might consider a lair of a hag. So be careful. I got some things that you should be watching out for.
Is it hags?
These are effects within the region. There's going to be hags everywhere.
Okay.
Some of them may be more offensive and ready for a fight. Some of them may be ready for a
I
bargain.
know you said the hags might be offensive. I know you mean like more aggressive, but I just imagined a hag in black.
I realized as soon as I said it, right, yeah.
Yeah, this. Oh, that one says slurs. Uh-oh.
So,
I was just
and I'm not
really
going to read
ugly.
this in Parable's accent, but these are the regional effects when you're in a hag's lair.
Could you perhaps do it as a poker rep if you're not going to do it in the accent?
He has that one down, actually.
The region with the 1 mile of a okay. The region within 1 mile of a certain type of hag's lair is warped by the creature's spell magic, which creates the following effects. Birds, rodents, snakes, spiders, or toads, or some creatures appropriate to the hag, are found in great profusion. Beasts that have an intelligence score of 2 or lower are charmed by the hag and directed to be aggressive towards intruders in the area.
What's Marius' intelligence? Higher than 2, I hope.
Oh,
He's,
yeah.
oh dude, he's a dragon for sure.
14.
That'd be
You
great.
may likely see strange carved figurines, twig fetishes, or ragdolls that magically just appear in trees as you like turn around and then turn back and they're there.
Yeah, burn them all.
Powerful hags may have some of this stuff. There may be other things. These are just some of the things that you are aware of. That illusory duplicates of the hag may appear in random places at random times. It literally has no physical substance, but it hits every other sense, like if they're there. If you touch them, they'll fizz.
That's why Mario always beats more chess.
The region, you guys notice as you're pulling up, it seems to take longer as you're actually like landing on the island. The region takes twice as long as normal to traverse. Everything seems to stretch out. The plants grow thicker and twisted. The swamps are thick. There's reeking with mud as you guys like kind of pull up to the land.
Get out the crawler.
And you've heard that trees can transform into awakened trees and attack when hostile intruders are near.
Oh no, I sure hope the poor little trees don't attack.
I know, they've been waiting
has
for
light.
Just prove
All right, we'll
Just-
open with you guys on Cassidy's, not Cassidy's, but I have the name of the island, but we don't know what it is right now because we didn't get that information. But we'll find out next week.
Yeah!
Cool.
Or later this week.
Or later this week, sorry.
Oh.